Welcome to Winophobia.com. I am Pat. To my right is our buddy Dirk.
That's Dirk. I'm Jeff.
And Jeff. Last time we opened a bottle of wine. Today we're going to talk about the second most important step for certain bottles of wine, and that is decanting.
Correct. For you red wine drinkers, I think this is an important step, and there probably is a little bit of controversy over this. Some people don't think you need to do it, but having done this for most of the red wines that I've had over the last few years, I can tell you it's an important step. So the purpose of it, why do we even want to take the time to decant this wine? This wine is a 2007 Schaefer 1.5. It happens to be one of our favorite wines. And it's fairly young, and it's been in that bottle for about 5 years. And so you need to let some air mix in with that wine to bring out the true flavors of that. So if you just pop this cork out, pour this wine in your glass and drank it, it's still going to taste pretty good, but it's not really bringing, you know, the full amount of flavor and really what the winemaker had probably envisioned. So what we tend to do is pour it in a nice decanter, let the air mix in with it, get some oxygen in there, and I bet in 10 or 15 minutes you'll notice some changes, and you can absolutely taste the changes in the flavor profiles of the wine after you've decanted it. So Dirk's going to kind of demo how to decant a wine. So Dirk, without further ado, go for it. Show the viewers of Winophobia.com how it's done.
So you don't just want to slosh it down in there? Tilt the bottle up and let it...
I don't think you should do that because wine is kind of a delicate beverage. And I have seen people forcefully decant, and I'm just not sure that that's the best thing to do.
Again, there's different ways of doing this. Everyone has their own...
And that's the beauty of the wine business, you know. Just because we're saying something, that doesn't mean that you need to do that, but do know that there are different ways to do this.
And let's say you're having a dinner party and you've got some people coming over. When would you, are you going to open this up before they get there and decant it, or are you going to, what,
I think that's
5 minutes?
I think that's the best way to do it. I'd give it a little time. So if your dinner party's starting at 7 o'clock, I would open this bottle at 6 o'clock and let it breathe a little bit. And I can assure you your guests will appreciate that. You know, if you were worried about the temperature of the wine, you could always throw it in the refrigerator for 10 minutes before your guests got there to make sure that it was at a temperature that you like. Well, without further ado, should we taste a little bit of that?
Sure. Pour it? Are there other ways of decanting?
There are. You know, I don't think this decanter was particularly expensive. It might have only cost, you know, $20, $30, $40 for a decanter, but you don't have to have a decanter, people, and that's part of what Winophobia.com is all about, is that we want to take a little bit of the snootiness out of this whole wine experience. So, you know, I brought along what I call a lemonade pitcher. I mean, it's just a glass pitcher you could get at Target for $5, and you can do the exact same thing. So there was nothing magical about that decanter. The shape of it is on purpose. It's wide at the bottom to let more surface area be exposed to the oxygen, but this lemonade pitcher would do just fine. So if we took this Chimney Rock Cabernet and did the same thing, you can pour that into your pitcher if you have one of these at home, and you can let it breathe for a little bit of time. And if you don't want to serve it in a lemonade pitcher to your fancy guests that are coming over, you just pour it right back into your bottle. That's called double decanting. And they'll get the same basic effect, and they'll be none the wiser, but you'll be pouring this delicious and properly opened wine. So.
Do we at Winophobia condone taking a nice wine like a Chimney Rock and leaving it in the pitcher? Just follow me for 1 second.
Sure, I'm with you.
Leave that in the pitcher, add some slices of lime and lemon and orange and some maraschino cherries, and a little bit of Sprite maybe? Would that be something nice to do with a Chimney Rock or a Schaefer 1.5?
Pat, you're hurting me. You're really hurting me.
I'm just kidding.
That's such a fine wine. I don't want to make sangria out of it. I don't want to make a wine spritzer. And so if you'd like to do that with your $8 Kendall Jackson from your local grocer, you may do so, but perhaps not with the Schaefer 1.5.
Okay.
Well, hope you've learned a little bit about decanting today. It's definitely a good element to the whole wine experience. It's something that you should try to do one time and see if you can taste the difference. Maybe, go ahead.
Dirk, did you have something to add? Okay. Well, visit Winophobia.com for more inspiring videos on the wine world. And remember, at Winophobia.com, we have the cure.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Nothing like a daytime buzz.